Golf is about streaks, precision, and nerve. Going into 2026, only a few names stand above the rest, and the differences between them come down to details: shot shapes under pressure, the ability to finish when the crowd noise swells, and the mental edge needed to win in a sport that chews up even the most talented players. These 10 players hold the very top spots, and every single one earned it. 1. Scottie Scheffler. Scottie Scheffler starts 2026 where everyone expected him to be, sitting at the top without much debate. In the past year, the gap between him and the rest of the field grew wider, and the reason is not complicated. He dominates every measurable part of the game, from his approach play to scrambling out of rough lies that sink others. His iron play is so sharp that his misses are often better than another player's perfect strike. The biggest shift came with the putter. That club was the only part of his game fans and critics could point to as a weakness. By mid-2025, the fix became obvious. He found confidence in a new routine, and his numbers on the greens began to match his ball striking. Once that clicked, tournaments that used to end with him finishing second or third turned into wins. What makes him dangerous is not just skill, but consistency. Scheffler rarely blows up. Even on off days, his bad golf is better than most players' highlight reels. You can watch him land in the rough, face a tough lie, and instead of losing a stroke, he produces a perfect recovery that keeps the round alive. This relentless control makes leaderboards feel inevitable. Heading into 2026, the field knows that beating Scheffler requires more than just playing well. It demands a flawless week. He is not unbeatable, but he makes tournaments feel like long battles of survival. Every player chasing him knows that one cold stretch of golf will end their chances because Scheffler does not leave much room for mistakes. 2. Rory McIlroy. Rory McIlroy remains the most fascinating case in golf. His game still explodes with the same power and rhythm that made him a star more than a decade ago. He drives the ball further and cleaner than anyone except maybe a handful of the very longest hitters, but unlike most power players, he pairs it with iron precision. The numbers show it, and the eye test confirms it. Rory is still built to win majors. The problem is obvious. He has not lifted a major trophy since 2014. Every season, the spotlight turns to him with the same storyline. Will this be the year? The answer keeps coming back as no. Yet despite that drought, Rory refuses to fade. He racks up wins outside the majors, contends in big fields, and often finishes just shy of the top. What keeps him locked in at number 2 is his ability to dominate regular weeks and remain one of the most consistent threats on any course. Younger players push into the spotlight, but none combine experience, power, and global appeal quite like him. In 2025, Rory collected enough wins to silence any talk of decline. His swing is still pure, and his competitive fire burns hot. 3. Viktor Hovland. A couple of seasons ago, the knock on him was glaring. He could not chip. Viktor's iron play was among the best in the world. His driving was fearless, but his short game repeatedly let him down. Then he fixed it. Not halfway, not just improved, fixed. By 2025, his scrambling and wedge play no longer held him back. Suddenly, his complete game matched the mental toughness he already carried. The results followed. He closed tournaments with authority, stacking finishes inside the top 5, and pushing himself into the conversation as the only real rival to Scheffler. Hovland carries himself with calm precision. He does not look rattled on Sundays, even when the pressure mounts. Fans see a quiet killer, someone who has built his game brick by brick and now stands ready to collect majors in bunches. His climb is not a surprise anymore. It is expected. Heading into 2026, the question is not whether he belongs in the top 3, it is whether he can move up. He has all the tools. He is young, confident, and sharper each season. If Scheffler slips, Hovland is the player most likely to take over the throne. 4. Jon Rahm. Rahm's move to LIV Golf in late 2023 shocked the sport, but his standing as one of the best in the world has not changed. In fact, the move gave him a fresh energy. He continues to blast drives with unmatched strength, and his iron game remains heavy and commanding. His power game sets him apart, but he has always had the touch to balance it. The challenge for Rahm is perception. Playing fewer PGA Tour events means fewer chances to stack ranking points. But even in limited appearances, his quality cannot be ignored. He steps into big events and immediately commands attention. His Masters win in 2023 and continued form since then cement him as a modern great. In 2025, Rahm proved that distance alone is not his story. His short game sharpened, making him harder to beat in tough setups. Critics can talk about tour divisions, but when Rahm shows up, everyone knows he is a threat. That blend of raw power and competitive fire keeps him anchored in the top 5, no matter where he plays his golf. 5. Xander Schauffele. For years, Schauffele carried the label of the nearly man. He played brilliantly, posted top finishes, but could not close out majors. That ended in 2025 when he finally lifted his first. The breakthrough changed his standing completely. No longer the best without a major, he is now a confirmed winner at the highest level. He does not have one part of his game that overshadows the others. Instead, he is strong everywhere. He drives the ball well, controls his irons, chips with creativity, and putts under pressure. He is the kind of player who rarely blows rounds. The major victory unlocked something psychological. He now carries himself like someone who knows he belongs with the elite. The patience, the calm, the ability to grind through setbacks, it all paid off. Schauffele looks like a man ready to keep stacking big wins instead of someone still waiting. 6. Ludvig Aberg. Ludvig Aberg arrived on the professional scene fast, and by 2025, he was impossible to ignore. He captured his first PGA Tour win in a season that also included strong finishes in Europe, proving that his talent translates across continents. Tall drives with towering ball flights set him apart. He is not just long, he hits fairways with pinpoint accuracy, which turns challenging layouts into scoring opportunities. Young players often fear the bold shots Aberg attempts. He does them with confidence, rarely faltering under pressure. His breakthrough came in the Ryder Cup. Most rookies freeze under that spotlight, but Aberg thrived. He hit clutch putts, stayed calm in high-pressure situations, and displayed a poise that belies his age. His mental toughness is his most dangerous weapon. Opponents see it in his demeanor and feel it in the way he navigates difficult holes. He approaches risk differently, attacking pins that others avoid and rarely paying the price. There are still areas to sharpen. His short game is strong but not elite. Some weeks, the putter cools at key moments and momentum can stall. But those lapses feel like minor hurdles rather than career barriers. His trajectory is clear. A major championship is within reach. Heading into 2026, Aberg carries both skill and confidence, and the combination makes him one of the most exciting young players on tour. His ceiling is high, and few can match his mix of fearlessness and control. 7. Collin Morikawa. Collin Morikawa has mastered precision golf. When he first appeared, majors came quickly, almost effortlessly. Then a period of struggle tested his putter and patience. By 2025, he returned to form. Wins and top finishes proved he is still elite. His strength is accuracy. Morikawa does not rely on power. He dissects courses with intelligent, precise ball striking. His fade is one of the most reliable shots in golf. Each approach sets up birdie chances week after week. Morikawa regained confidence on the greens last year. When he is in rhythm, he becomes nearly unstoppable. With 2 majors already in hand, the ceiling is high. In 2026, he could add more trophies. The question is how far he can climb when every piece clicks. 8. Brooks Koepka. Even after injuries and time away from peak form, Koepka showed again in 2025 that his intensity in the biggest tournaments is unmatched. He may not grind out wins on smaller stages the way Scheffler does, but when the field gathers for a major, Koepka's focus locks in, and suddenly everyone else looks like they are chasing him. His game is built for those moments. He drives the ball with power and control, his iron play holds up under tension, and his putting turns razor sharp when it matters. He does not need to win every week. He thrives on the 4 events that define careers. That mindset makes him dangerous every season. The knock on Koepka is that outside of majors, he can disappear. He does not always treat regular events with the same urgency, and his LIV schedule keeps him away from PGA Tour leaderboards that shape public perception. But none of that erases the fact that when fans tune in for the Masters, US Open, Open Championship, or PGA, Koepka is a favorite no matter his recent form. And in majors, Koepka still feels like the guy standing in the way of everyone else's dream. 9. Patrick Cantlay. Patrick Cantlay is subtle but deadly. His game does not shine with theatrics, but it wins. In 2025, he captured the Memorial title and tallied several top 10 finishes, quietly asserting himself as one of the most consistent players on tour. Every stroke is measured, every decision deliberate. Cantlay does not take unnecessary risks. The methodical approach frustrates fans, but consistently delivers results. His strength is balance. Off the tee, he is steady. His irons are sharp. Around the greens, he navigates trouble with skill. On the greens, he grinds out pars and seizes birdie opportunities when they appear. He rarely makes catastrophic errors. Cantlay is not a headline grabber, but the leaderboard does not lie. He is always in contention. Consistency is his calling card, and he rarely loses ground in high-pressure situations. When others falter on Sundays, Cantlay thrives. He may not excite the cameras, but his record speaks volumes. He is a fixture in the top 10 because results, not style, define golf. In tight tournaments, he is always there, lurking, ready to capitalize. 10. Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth is chaos made controllable. In 2025, he showed flashes of brilliance with a win at Pebble Beach and near misses in majors. He can scramble from impossible positions and convert trouble into birdies. His creativity is unmatched. The shots he attempts often defy logic, yet he makes them work. That unpredictability keeps competitors on edge and fans captivated. His putter still swings hot streaks that can decide tournaments. When it connects, Spieth runs away with the field. When it misses, the scorecard swings dramatically. Yet even in the inconsistent moments, his skill is evident. Recovery shots, sharp approaches, and fearless risk-taking make him a dangerous contender in any event. Heading into 2026, Spieth completes the top 10. Every tournament with him feels like a show. The results may fluctuate, but the threat never disappears. Opponents know he can steal victories from thin air. Spieth is proof that in golf, volatility can be as effective as steady dominance. When he is on, nobody is safe.